Hey, my name is Jaheen, and today I am reviewing the core foundational concepts from our recent chapter readings and connected them directly to our writing assignment solutions. My goal over the next 10 minutes is to break down how strategic marketing frameworks transition from textbook definitions into practical real-world corporate execution using our recent analysis of value proposition and market positioning as a baseline. Phase 2, glossary and key concepts breakdown. Goal, explain concepts in my own words in real world context, avoiding dry textbook reading. All right, concept 1, value proposition, the pitch. In the glossary, a value proposition is technically defined as the full mix of benefits upon which a brand is differentiated and positioned. But the way I view it, a value proposition is simply a company's core promise to the consumer. It answers the fundamental question, why should I buy from you instead of your competitor? It isn't just about listing product features. It's about solving a specific pain point better than anyone else in the market. All right, concept 2, strategic business units and the BCG matrix, the pitch. Next, looking at strategic planning, the chapter emphasizes strategic business units and growth share matrix. Instead of reading the formal definition, think of the matrix as a corporate portfolio manager. It forces a business to look at its division through two lenses: market growth rate and relative market share. We classify into 4 quadrants: stars, high growth, high share; cash cows, low growth, high share, generating steady revenue; question marks, high growth, low share, requiring heavy investment; and dogs, low growth, low share. This framework dictates exactly where corporate capital should be allocated. All right. So phase 3, solutions and synthesis. So this brings me directly to our recent writing assignment, where we were tasked with applying these principles to corporate scenarios, including our strategic evaluation of Nexus Corp. In my assignment solution, I focused heavily on aligning a company's internal capabilities with external market opportunities. When analyzing their strategic direction, I utilized the matrix to determine which business segment were operating as cash cows to fund newer high-risk question marks. My solution argued that a major pitfall companies face is over-investing in declining segments out of habits rather than aggressively shifting resources toward high-potential stars. By rewriting and refining the core value proposition to focus on digital integration and agility, my assignment demonstrated that a well-defined strategic positioning can completely revive a stagnant business unit. The data showed that clear differentiation. The data showed that clear differentiation, I can't even say the word right now, is what prevents a product from sliding from a start into a generic commodity. All right, so next, so here's a broader question and a critical insight on what I'm talking about. To zoom out and connect this to our broader course theme, we have to look at the overall marketing management orientations we study. Is a company driven by a production orientation, focusing purely on scale and efficiency, or a true marketing orientation which starts and ends with customers' needs? My critical insight from the module is that the success of any strategic tool, whether it's a value proposition framework or portfolio analysis, depends entirely on the company's underlying philosophy. If an organization is stuck in a production heavy mindset, its value proposition will naturally sound inward facing and future driven. But if they adopt a customer centric marketing orientation, their entire strategy flips to focus on value creation. In today's hyper competitive landscape, operational efficiency is no longer a sustainable competitive advantage. Customer relationship equity is. All right, here's a conclusion. Well, phase 5, and here's a takeaway. To wrap things up, the ultimate takeaway from this chapter and our writing assignment is that marketing is never a static one-time task. It is a continual loop of analyzing market shares, adopting value promises, and aligning corporate resources to match consumer behavior. So when it comes to marketing, well, when it comes to having a product and doing business, marketing is everything. It's just not all about having a product and reproducing a product, but you have to also think about the customer and how this product is affecting the customer and how you could potentially have the customer come back and get this same product in the future. If you focus on just getting product out, you might only get like a couple sales, but if you focus on getting the product out and the customer, it's a high possibility that you'll make multiple sales. And then another thing, my primary critical insights from this module is that ultimate success or failure of tools like the matrix or value proposition framework depends entirely on which orientation a company leadership adopts. If a firm is trapped in a production heavy mindset, like I said, its value proposition would naturally manifest as a self-centered list of engineering achievements, and its strategic planning will focus entirely on cutting internal costs. Conversely, when a firm executes strategy like what I suggested, it shows that the firm is dedicated and marketing oriented. The matrix is no longer just a cold tool for tracking asset percentages. It becomes a dynamic playbook for maximizing long-term customer relationship equity. In the modern business landscape, operational efficiency is simply the price of a mission. Authentic, customer-centric, strategic positioning is the only sustainable competitive advantage. All right. So to bring everything together, and the takeaway from this chapter and my writing assignment is that marketing management is never a static one-time checkbox. It is an evolving continuous loop of rigorous data analysis, resource optimization, and relentless value realignment. By continuously assessing market shares, updating our core promises to the market, and executing customer-driven strategic planning, we protect organizations from market irrelevance. Thank you, Professor, for your time, your guidance through the module, and your consideration of this strategic analysis. I look forward to your feedback on my presentation. Yeah. Also, the things that we talked about in this module, I will be applying it to what I actually do with my business. Okay. And yeah, thank you.